Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. Today, we're going to talk about becoming the higher self, merging with the higher self, understanding and remembering who you truly are. You are your future self now. We've talked about this in several episodes. We have discussed the way the higher self is referred to in the Law of One material. This idea that the higher self is just you in the future became very fascinating for me. And I made it my ultimate goal, my priority, to connect and merge with this higher self. And as I did, I began to realize that this is what is really happening when we shift into fourth density. We are becoming our higher self. And some people don't understand that. It sounds cliche when we say higher self, but it's a very specific thing. Imagine if you could go back in time to any of your lives and you could change them, that you're not locked into any timeline. Imagine if you could just go back into your life, back in time, and how you would advise yourself, knowing what you know already, the things that have happened to you. This is the higher self. There is a portion of you that comes from the future that is fully aware of every possibility available to you. There are so many variations of you, yet for the sake of this episode, we shall speak to the human aspect versus the higher self, being aspect. Any of these words will be used throughout this sharing, depend on which one feels appropriate for what is being said at the time. Your human you has a limited view and focuses on that out there. You came here for the human experience. You chose this you as a soul, as a spirited being, as your higher self. You just haven't yet fully remembered, or maybe you have. As your higher self, you are a light being, a being of light. This you will come to embody here in the physical. Until then, you exist in a space in between, one where light activates to make density visible. Purging and release occurs in every body, mental, physical, emotional. The merging of realities takes place within, and the crystalline light body DNA activates for integration as well. As you release all things dense and physical, you start to remember your other existences here. Your higher self is your future you. It is all-knowing, holds the knowledge of all that you seek by way of the amount of light you hold within. For a human reference, it is you from your future. Yet here, the future is just a higher vibrational frequency. Human-created time, past, present, future. As you come to release the separation of time within you, you again exist as your higher self. You also do this every time you are present, conscious, aware, and choosing love as your higher-hearted self. If you desire to be your future you, your unlimited and abundant you, you will make your vibrational frequency and journey your first priority. For here, separation does not exist. For you, in order to travel through time, you must come to understand and exist vibrationally again. Here you have no limits, and it is here that you step in and out of dimensions at will. It is here that you come to be multidimensional. It is here that you remember that which you already are. My higher self is me from the future, just a higher vibration. Every time I raise my vibration and exist from my heart, I bring my higher self in and become this again. Say this with me. I am my higher self. As you become aware of this, you will set aside time for this. When you are silent, you can hear. If you wish to connect, all you need to do is get silent and listen within. So quiet time is a necessity, not a luxury. You must choose this and do this as often as you can. Sleep is an awesome time to connect to your higher self. Meditation as well. Either works. It is whatever you prefer and feel allows you to connect within. When your heart is open and flowing out, you are your higher self. A relationship of love, honor, trust, respect, integrity, and unity must be created for you to exist as your higher self again. This is the most important relationship you will ever have. It is you and your future you becoming one again. Your higher self will give you tests and opportunities. What you choose to do will determine the journey you get to experience. If you wish to ignore, you get an unconscious journey, while if you choose to listen and honor, you will get a conscious journey which allows for greater ease and flow. It will usually be the opposite of what you've come to know. And to the human, these are perceived as hard. This is because they bring up a feeling inside that is uncomfortable when they go against your higher self inner-hearted truth. Yet they are not hard. They push you to let go of the human limits previously imposed by the external realities you created for your experience here. You speak to your higher self inside of you through your heart. The more you do this, the more it will talk back. It will be your own voice, for it is you from a future time. It will offer loving guidance, give you epiphanies, light bulb moments where the heart catches on. Once you speak, then listen, observe, and watch. Signs and messages will then become visible by way of things that transpire throughout your day, conversations you overhear, or cool synchronicities and reminders that you are not alone. Your higher self welcomes every opportunity to assist you, yet you must ask, be present, and honor what you receive. Your higher self can be many selves, for you have been all things at all times. It can be an archangel or a galactic being, for these are you as well. You will have many higher selves. Some have names, some do not, for names are your own need. I never needed names, yet sometimes I got them just to let me know what I was dealing with, to learn to identify the different energies and basically how serious all of this was. When I started hearing different voices that identified through different names, Yeshua, William Blake, Paul, Abraham, Bashar, I'd listened. I considered that it was quite possible that this was coming from within me. And as I pondered upon this and watched other people channel, I started to realize that everyone is channeling their higher self. Eventually, they all sort of come together. So I've had many higher selves, but eventually they merge into one as well, for we evolve into one being again, to be one. Separation was my own, and for my own growth along the way. All now reside within, and no longer separate at all. It was a period I expedited through. The faster I activated and integrated light, the faster they moved inside, and I became one as we again. So let's commit now. Say this to yourself: I must create a relationship with my higher self. This requires an open two-way communication, and you're honoring your agreements with you and listening to that which you are shown, especially when it's uncomfortable. Love, honor, and integrity are your own. As your higher self, you are an observer. Your higher self will teach you this if you will be silent and open up to guidance from within. Your higher self is your future version of you, plain and simple. In the beginning, it was out there, just hanging about in your energy field. Yet as you activate and integrate higher frequencies, the more it will move in. It is important to give yourself alone time and honor the connection that will come to be your entire existence here. Your higher self will honor you as well. It waits for you to ask so that you are in a receptive state to listen and observe. It so desires to guide you and be one with you again, to bring forth those rememberings you have long forgotten. Those memories exist in higher realms where you will come to exist again. Yet you must choose to nurture you, set aside connection time, sit with your higher self in reflection and silence, and honor that which you are shown through your heart, your connection as your higher self within. As explained in the Law of One, once you reach 6.5 density, then you split off a portion of yourself and send that version of itself back towards you. So this higher self is in a different density and dimension essentially, but there is no separation in densities and dimension. And the higher self carries all knowledge of everything that's happened to you in your timeline. Once you reach the 7th density, Ra indicates that you meet another higher self that is aware of all the parallel versions of yourself. These are things that are available to you now. You can connect with these things now, and it is a slow process at the beginning, but will speed up the more and more you open your heart. Speak openly. Create a dialogue and call it your best friend. Trust is a two-way street here, for you will be tested to see if you will ask, listen, and honor, while at the same time you're learning to trust what you hear, feel, and see as well. All humans lack trust, especially where that cannot be seen. Trusting a voice inside our head or a feeling that makes no sense takes repeated proving to the human. As humans, we do not trust easily. Much of the time, as humans, we chose a journey of betrayal and disappointment and reversing that takes a bit of time as well. Yet the more you do this, the more you will trust, for you, as your future you, only have your best interest at heart. It may not always seem like it, but it will always be so. It will give you things that will keep you on path, teach you valuable universal lessons, and reward you in the most awesome ways. It desires to be one with you as much as you desire to be one with it again too. The observer of the logical will become the observer of what is no longer logical in order to transcend the limits of the logical mind. The observers of the universe understand so far beyond what logic can comprehend. Observers can then translate and share based upon their own perceptions and relay for those who resonate at the same vibrational frequency. The level of access will be indicative of one's frequency and expansion of consciousness in any given moment. As one continues to expand, so does this. In the beginning, all judge. It is a part of human duality and the lower realms. To me, anything lower than the 5th is a lower realm. Judgment is observing, but then taking that observation to a human level of forming an opinion. Consciousness allows for open-hearted observation, and through this one learns to release judgment. With this release, one is able to learn without forming an opinion and opens up to amazing new possibilities of expansion. In order to do this, one must be able to observe the density within and release it without judgment. In stepping out of the individual self and into the higher self, one removes personal stories and individualism. By doing this, one steps into a higher perspective and utilizes a view where nothing is personal anymore, and it never was. Non-separation, unity, or unification must be applied on a personal level before one can actively participate in elevating to a higher level of observation. It is in these higher frequency perspectives of the soul that one can clear and release with greater ease. Here there is no personal, no separation, no right or wrong, blame, shame, fear, or guilt. Those are all thoughts of a human mind. Things here just are. The observational heart mind has the ability to expand what it observes. The clutter has to go before one has a view that is clear enough to see beyond the frequency of limits. In a space that exists beyond thinking, one can observe with expansiveness and tap into an infinite source of information. Being able to access higher consciousness provides one with access to everything that exists. Learning to navigate allows one to see and comes to be, and what the very limited human thinking mind cannot comprehend. When I am observing without judgment and with love, I am my higher self. When I form an opinion, I have fallen to a lower dimensional version again. Judgment is compressive, and causes dissension. Release of judgment is expansive and is ascension from within. Your higher self is within you, yet in the beginning, it is out there. That is because it floats in your energy field, your bubble, your aura, whatever you identify with here. All that you gather along the way floats out there until you bring it inside through your heart and truly get it and expand all from within. Until then, it is a thing you connect to from time to time. Now that out there floating is being held in waiting until you reach a vibrational frequency to hold in memory inside of you. It is up to you to raise your vibrational frequency and speak to your higher self via your heart. If you wish to bring your higher self inside, you must shift your perception of where your higher self lives. It does not live out there or up there, unless you believe it does. Shift your focus to your heart. Speak to your higher self in your heart. This will assist you in focusing within instead of out there. Close your eyes and imagine your higher self looking out from within you. Its viewer is your third eye, and it sees from there. You can imagine a visual and hold it there in your third eye for your higher self to then see. This is how you communicate using visual imagery. Your higher self will communicate with you by way of the same. Imagine your higher self as energy, sitting inside your body with energetic hands where your hands are, energetic feet where your feet are, energetic hearing where your ears are, and feeling all that you do from inside of you. When your fingers tingle, recognize that this is the energy of your higher self light being, you trying to activate and expand. When there are heartbeats in your head or your tummy or solar plexus, this too is your higher self, activating as well. Absolutely everything you feel inside is your soul, your higher self, your energy body, crystalline light body, trying to emerge and expand from within you. When your third eye gets full of pressure, your higher self has activated its light from inside and is working to release new visions, understandings, and info that you did not previously remember. Astounding headaches are normal in the beginning, while much work occurs in your now expanded head. You are activating your memories of ancient times and the projection of your new expansive and magical reality. Your human mind is in the way, so your higher self will shut you down for sleep. It has integration work to do and needs your human to get out of the way and cooperate by allowing sleep. You can participate by going to sleep or napping anytime you feel this need to rest or shut down. Absolutely everything going on inside of you, is your soul, your higher self, as electrical energy, sound frequency, and pure light, moving in and pushing dense old thoughts and stored human cellular memory up and out of the way. It is trying to activate your light body, open your heart, and fully emerge. Everything you take or put into your vessel that is not light creates discord, suppression, and pushes your soul or higher self out of alignment. Every time you do not honor you will feel out of balance or off inside. Resistance is a great tool to feel when this is occurring. Your higher heart is trying to tell you that something is not agreeable by creating resistance within. The more you ignore this, the more out of alignment you get. Eventually, something will occur to force you to shift. If you do not learn to shift quickly on your own and come to alignment inside again, listen to your higher heart. This is your soul, your higher self, you from your future. Its job is to assist you, for you are it. Let it. For all that you desire comes when you do. And after your ascension, you have come to be your fifth dimensional higher self light being again. Your additional strands of crystalline human star being, Christed ascended master, ancient DNA that have been activated all along really kick in. You go galactic and are source incarnate. And much changes even more dramatically here. So as a reminder, you can say to yourself, I am my higher self when I am existing as my higher heart self from inside. When I'm present, aware, conscious, and existing from a space of utter and complete love, I am my higher self again. I must hold this vibration until I never forget again. All energies that I speak of exist within us, all. Many have been under the perception that these come from us out there. It is the opposite as all previously perceived. There are many ways that you can practice this. My favorite was to tune to my heart and take my viewer up over my head as far as I could and look down at all from above. You can also shift to behind your third eye instead of trying to see only with your human eyes. This is a different viewer, one that you will come to merge with as you integrate to higher frequencies within. The human sees all as out there. Downloads coming from up there, activations coming from a source out there, and the higher self up there too. And while from one perspective, this could be viewed as true, this is not my perspective anymore. Once I merged with my higher self, it has not been for a long time. I write to you all to help you see from within, for the entire world, universe, cosmos, star systems that all see is only a projector view of what exists within you. All energies are activated from within us. The DNA activations, the dormant parts of your mind that were never utilized, all hold the forgotten. This has been activated. And all that you now come to be, feel, see, comes from within you instead of the old human perception of out there. Your energy body, fully activated, has capabilities beyond human. It exists as all without separation from anything anymore. The journey was to come here to create a human body, a human existence, a human physical reality to experience, to gather material things, people, identities, separate into other times, lifetimes, dimensions, and realities, to then come to awaken to the truth that none of that was ever you. The entire existence is what all must come to let go of, release, and transcend. For what we all come to now move into does not exist in human. It exists in the beyond, that which human cannot believe or see. This is only available through an open heart and mind, and all shall come to realize this in their own time within. When I write of energy activation, every one of these are within you. When you tune to them, you are tuning to frequencies you hold within, yet have forgotten. Memories of the forgotten other side invisible exist within you, deep beneath your human ones. As the human memories are allowed to leave, new memories are allowed to surface out there. Changes as you remember through your heart. You created those people, those experiences, those memories for your own experience here, both individually and collectively, as that is perceived to be. Yet, the time has come where the human reality ends and a new phase begins. For this, many are led to leave absolutely everything behind in order to completely transcend their entire human existence here, which is where the magnificence begins. In previous times, loss was necessary, for it was the only way to reverse the human existence to come to evolve as the higher self. Whether this shall change remains to be seen and depends solely on how quick one embraces and finds their own humanity as one again. Letting go brings us to our soul essence inside. Hanging on creates the suffering for the strong-minded and the separate human soul. The story, the play, the game is being rewritten. It is being rewritten by you, and all who unify again out there is a transmission from within, and all create it with their new rememberings and overall transmission. As you tune vibrationally, you transmit a new reality to come forth to exist in. Your pineal gland must be activated with sunshine, and if you have not done so, decalcified. This is a huge part of the activation and integration process, expansion, and what allows for your new physical reality to be transmitted, to be felt, heard, seen, and experienced. This becomes your light transmitter and receiver. First, it will transmit images in your mind. wait for you to believe them. Then they arrive in frequency out there. Your integration of these higher frequencies bring you to exist where those images have materialized in physical form. This is your tuning mechanism, your light transmitter of your new reality that you seek. It works as one with your heart. They are directly connected to become one and the same without separation of thought as well. Your new senses expand as your human senses diminish. Physical pain no longer exists, for that too was a human thing. All are evolving as energetic beings here. Now there is discomfort in the physical, for your soul, higher self energy was not made to fit into these dense human bodies with the old separated organs and dilapidated carrier systems you once had. It needs room to move about freely, to float, and the ability to expand, and there are many dense particles that must fall away for this to occur. We work to integrate this light, this new fourth density light, so the human body can lighten, evolve, and transform as we become walking souls, ascended masters, human star beings, in newly configured bodies here. Much work is being done inside and out. Translucency, eradication, magnetization, and so very much more are occurring within. Many are becoming more crystalline, starting to glitter and glow. I see people glowing all the time. Yes, we go so far beyond human now. Nothing is as it was before. Over time, these things become more visible, shape-shifting, glowing, and morphing, becoming normal occurrences during light body energy sessions or in sacred magical energy vortex spots, places where the frequencies were high and one was tuned as their higher self and realms. I started glowing to others that I run into in public that walk up to me, to touch me, to see if I was real. Sometimes we were invisible to others to all of a sudden appear. The most common being photographs or online webcasted events, for electronics tend to pick up on what the human eye mind has yet to comprehend. Yet this is changing now as all become visible in the physical again. There's nothing typical, nothing normal, nothing rational here, according to human. Yet as energy, we get it. If we allow ourselves to believe everything as it transpires, those crazy thoughts, lucid dreams, and weird occurrences, yep, every one of them real. One just has to stretch in order to truly see. All out there will be your own transmission. In order to change, activate, expand that which you desire to transmit, you must go totally within. We can only assist you by creating awareness that was not previously there. You are the key to your own existence. You always have been. You are just not consciously aware. Together, we all create a new reality. Yet, this is not new, only forgotten. We've already entered the new, where out there is now visible once again. So now I want you to take just a moment with me. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and go within. Slow down your breath and understand, within each breath, you will find your higher self. As you breathe in, you tune into your heartbeat. You slowly begin to relax. And as you do, you become aware within your energy field, above your head, is a bright, white ball of light. It glows like a sun. You can feel it, its purity and wonder. And below you, below your feet right now, is a black ball, which is your ego and your lower self. Understand that these two things are one. So I want you to see this black ball moving up to your heart, and at the same time, your higher self moving down through your crown, your third eye, your throat, and into your heart. And you can see these merging together. And as it does, that black ball goes up to the top of your head. Maybe it's a little bit gray now. And as the white light goes down to the floor, you bring them back up again, cleansing each other, merging with each other, and sit for a few moments in this silence as your higher self merges with you, and listen to that still small voice. Introduce yourself to your higher self. Soon, you go within the heart and pull that white ball of light into your heart and let it sit there, transmuting and dissolving anything else that exists within it. This is your higher self. This portion of you that comes from the future. You can ask it any question. You can listen to its advice. It is always with you, and it is always available to you. The more you listen, the more you make it your intention to commune with your higher self, the more and more you will hear the voice of your higher self. Allow your energy field to expand and activate. And in this moment, you can ask your higher self anything you want, and you will remember who you truly are. See your arms as the energetic arms of your higher self. See your legs as the energetic legs of your higher self. Feel your higher self merged within you as if it has walked into your body. You are tuned into this essence, and now go out into the day as your higher self. Think from your higher self. If you find yourself descending back into the lower realms of your energy, just simply say to yourself, I am my higher self. I think from my higher self. Continue to do this, and amazing things will begin to happen for you. Don't take my word for it. Test it, experiment with it, and commune with your future self. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.